Hello. In today's video, I would like to share my tips on how to prepare to perform under pressure. With this, I mean, what are the things you can do for yourself if you have something that you need to prepare for, like a test or a performance, maybe an exam or public speaking, anything where you need to be at your best, but you might not have the time to prepare as in-depth everything as you would like to. This is inspired by martial arts, where we have to prepare for belt tests in order to progress to the next level. And these tests, you want to prepare for it as well as possible, but you have to balance it with life and work and everything else that is going on at the same time. So here are my tips, things you can do when time is limited. The first thing I would advise is to prioritize self-care first. If you take care of you, then all of the other tips will be more effective. And if you have time for nothing else, giving yourself some rest, eating well, hydrating well, and shielding yourself from too much input, even if just for a few minutes before you need to perform, are the things that are most effective, because they will change your state of mind and they will help you at least access the skills that you have inside. If you are very tired or people are distracting you right before you have to perform, or you are underhydrated, or you have eaten something that makes your energy dip, this can impact you more than preparation can even. So make sure that you give yourself priority first, and then you add the other tips that I have. For more on this, for how I manage my energy, for more in-depth information on this, check out the video in the Tip Drops Facebook group. I've put it at the top of the announcements, and there you have 25 minutes of how you can do this, things you can do to manage your energy level. And this is also helpful for performance. The second thing I would advise is to prioritize. If you have time to practice or rehearse anything, make sure you choose the right things if you cannot do everything. And for me, this means I visualize how my performance or test or whatever I need to do will be in person. So I don't only prepare the dance or the form or whatever I'm doing, I actually imagine being in front of the judges or teachers or whatever will be my audience for performance, and my environment and what I will wear. All of these things make a difference. You want to prepare your senses for the situation where you have to perform, and this will tell you what you need to practice if you have to choose. For instance, for a Korean sword test, there's one thing we have to do is to draw the sword. And if you practice this without your belt or the sheath of the sword, of course it will be different biomechanically. So you need to actually practice the full movement. If you're performing in a costume, it might change the way your movement works, or a skirt even. So I recommend practicing, if you only have a limited time, as close to the performance situation as you can, using whatever outfit you need and environment, and then your mind to complete the picture. I also imagine, if I've been in the venue before, what I will see. So if the jury will be there, I imagine being in this place and performing what I need to perform. And this makes me more nervous, but also more prepared for the actual situation. It also helps if you are in the venue and you cannot be on the spot where you need to perform at least in the same direction. This will give your mind and body a little bit more peace, and you need all the peace you can get if you are nervous. Okay, another thing that you can do to prioritize practice is visualize the actual performance and see if there's any gaps. If there are gaps, for me, if there's a choreography or form, for instance, and I cannot visualize the full thing, and this you can do during the meditation or resting session of my first tip, then I know those are the places where I might have a hiccup or a mental blockage when I perform. So I make a point of, if I practice anything physically or mentally, to choose those parts that I cannot play in my mind fluidly. And I've experienced that this usually helps. There might be some other parts that you did not expect that did not work, but if I can mentally play my full performance and visualize success, I have a much better chance of actually performing well. All right, the third tip would be to breathe. If you can manage your breathing, you can calm yourself down or rev yourself up, whatever your energy needs at the moment. I will do a quick exercise with you that I use backstage for dance performances, and I might also use it for martial arts because I haven't connected it yet until this moment. And this I learned from a dance friend called Razia. She's now a personal trainer, by the way. I'll link to her in the email. So the breathing exercise I learned is to energize and relax at the same time, and it's very quick. You inhale strongly through your nose, you hold your breath for just a moment, and then you exhale with force from the diaphragm. Again, you inhale, you exhale strongly, and it will center you. One more time, you inhale, but now you exhale passively. And now you have this kind of tingly energy, but also the relaxation of the last breath. So use this next time you need to perform or are a bit nervous or need to have more energy, and let me know if this works for you. Then finally, a bonus tip. Remember that whatever happens, however it goes, you will learn. You will learn from the experience, so be open to whatever comes at you, even if it doesn't go as you hoped or imagined. Any input that you can get from it is a valuable lesson and will bring you further on your path, whatever you are doing. You might not even use this information or this feedback or experience right away, but it might help you later in your life for something else. So what I advise to do is to make notes for yourself, write down what you have learned. I do this via my blog, joyofmovement.de, but I also sometimes write to a friend if I want to process my experience, and just sharing with someone else or sharing with paper makes me reflect on it, and the learning goes deeper. So that's my final tip. I hope you have a great weekend. Let me know if you have any questions, remarks about the tip drops, and if you enjoy them, also let me know. I would love to receive your testimonials so I can share with other people what these tip drops do. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great weekend and see you next week.